Okay, welcome back here. Today I finally got off a little bit earlier today, and figured I'd come out here and try to do a couple more things to my box. One thing I did get done today is I've got my top trim goes over top of my glass, and I've also got the side trim put on my box on both sides. And what I used, I don't know if you can see it, this is just like I think it's a 356 like a casing. It's just normal house casing, pretty much standard, I guess, but that's what I used to trim out my box with. I was going to try to use a bunch of 1x's I had laying around here, 1x3s I had, to save me some money, but this stuff warps and bends too easy. Really looks like crap when you go to put it on there. I'm not much of a carpenter, so I just figured a few bucks I'd just go buy me some casing. It's a whole lot better. But I just now got done. Of course you can't see them now, but I've got all my screw holes painted over to cover those up. One thing I forgot to do on this side, up underneath this trim, all the way on the edge of that box, I did run a bead of silicone or some that stuck out, which is pretty good. But I run me a bead of silicone all the way down it, then I laid my trim down on top of that so it would be sealed underneath real good. But tomorrow I'm gonna go and run a bead all the way down this outside edge just to make sure it's sealed real good. And right here where the two pieces come together, I might just take some paint, just paint that, seal that seam up all the way down there. But on the other side, I missed one spot. I got some white paint on my box, but that is no biggie. I can always paint over that. So what I did, I used the bit that I normally use I pre-drew a hose to put my screws in anyway to keep wood from splitting. And what I done was I drilled hose. I set my set my trim piece where I wanted it, and drilled that hole through there. Then I took it off and I took a bigger drill bit. A friend of mine suggested doing that because last year on the hose on the plexiglass I drilled through, it started right around the screw hole, it started cracking. So this time, before I laid it down, I took the trim back off after I drilled my first hole. Then I took another drill bit and drilled a hole through the plexi bigger than a screw, so hopefully it won't bust, but you won't be able to see it anyway, but it'll at least save my glass anyway for future use. I haven't taken my plastic off this thing yet because I'm really not done working on the surface of this, so I'm going to leave this on there to keep it from getting scratched. But the piece I'm going to use on top here, I'm probably going to wind up taking a piece of this trim here, and a friend of mine suggested I take it and put it in some water and leave it there for about a half an hour to an hour and gradually bend it until it holds the arc. Since this box does have an arch on it, just put it in some water until I get the arch that I want, then bring it out here and screw it down, or let it dry then screw it down. That way it'll hold the arch. But I was going to put a piece of trim arched across there, but I don't think I'm really going to worry about it because it's really not going to be seen. This is the bottom side of the box, and on the top side, here's my plate that I put on the end of it. Last year I put a piece of flashing over the top of my box, and the reason for this is since this is the top, there's my air intake or exhaust, whichever one I want to use it for. I was having problems. Some water got in my flex duct and ruined it, so I just basically put an awning over top of that just to keep the water from getting to it. so I won't have that problem again. And like I said, I'll go through here places like this after everything dries tomorrow. I need to get some more silicone because I ran out, and reseal all these seams all the way around the box. Trim off this excess that's squeezed out and go ahead and reseal it. Reseal every seam that I can find on here. And of course up here, since this is the top, I'll have to put me like an angled piece of wood right here to way keep water from collecting up here on top. But that's what I got done today, since I finally got a little free time to work on this thing. But I've got my trim on both sides, and this is looking really good. So hopefully too much longer I'll have this thing done. So next thing I'll have to do is finish up my blower motor box. I was supposed to have it done several days ago, but again I couldn't find time, so maybe tomorrow or next day, since I'm off here in a couple of days, I might have time to do that. As of right now, this is where I'm at, and so far everything's looking good. I really like how this one's turned out. I like it better than I built my last one. I just hope it performs a whole lot better, which it should. But I just would need to wait till the paint dries and just go and, like I said, just finish sealing everything up. And of course I'll have to get me another piece of trim, put on top and bottom. And I thought about putting a piece of trim up here too, but since it'll never be seen, so I probably won't even worry about it either, because if I do that, then right down here I'll have a space where water will collect, and I don't want that. So I think just having it on the sides where it can be seen, and on the front, and just along the top and bottom, having all four sides on the glass side trimmed out will look really nice. And I'm not going to worry about the top or the bottom because it's really not going to be seen. So hopefully here in a couple days I'll have my blower motor box and I'll done, and I'll have my I might try to put my trim on tomorrow, see how that goes. But that's where I'm at. Thanks for watching.